What is up guys, it is your main man right here, and my name is Sub-Zero Exabyte, and I just woke up and I thought like, hey, what about a door? Well, what about a door? Well, I don't really know, but I had a thought, and the thought was that you could have a basic door, but then again you could make everything really cool, and then I was like, I am a genius, I am going to make a really cool door. But I think a lot of people have done this before. I am going to do this differently, of course, since I am sub, and that is nice. I hope all of you are having a great day. If not, I am going to make it even greater. Cheese grater. No, not a cheese grater, but greater, more good. Yes, that way. So the thing is that I actually want a new house, but how am I going to do that without having a door first? Like, then everyone can just get into my house, and I don't really like that, so I need a door. But a basic door is the basic for me, and I want a cool door. I think a lot of all of you that are watching right now get my point, that you want a better door, since the main door, the wooden one, those ugly doors, well, they are not really that ugly, but everyone has one of them, or you have to be in the cool club. And today I am in the cool club, since I am going to make a better door, and that door is going to be made out of pistons and all of that cool stuff that is red, and I am green, but that has nothing to do with doors, those are just colors. Yes, okay, so here we go, Mario. We need some cool things in our head to make this door, and I am going to need a place where I am going to place my base that rhymes, and I think I should really consider being a rapper. I think I would get to a lot of places, and I will fix that all of my subscribers get a free pass, and that all of you are getting a cool hat or a chip plush toy, so you will be good to go. So here is the plan that I have thought about in my head. Well, it goes as following. We are not just going to get one door, not three, also not four or more, but we are going to have two. Why does two have three letters? I guess we will never know. But then the one door that is going to be really cool is for the professionals to enter, and the normal door? Well, that door is going to be for the noobs that want to enter my MTV crib, so they can enter as well, but not try off my amazing door, since that is only for the really cool pros. That was my plan. Now that I said it out loud, it doesn't really sound all that amazing, but just hold on guys, you are going to see how amazing this base is going to be. So here we go in the Mario. But not a cart, since I have cash. If I am in my mini cart, I go 40 on the dash. See, I am like Kung Fu Kenny, and I think that is amazing that I can just bust out some rhymes like it is nothing. Is there anything that this man can do? Well, that is entering through a noob door, so there you go. I can do that. No, that is right, sub cannot enter through noob doors anymore. So I guess that I am now a pro, which give me a lot of benefits. As one is that I am not classified as a noob, which is just fantastic, since I don't want people calling me a noob, and now I classify as a professional, so I think life is treating me really good at the moment, which is just a thing that I like a lot. So basically a noob is just someone who doesn't do well in things, and you probably just started, or you are really bad at something, and I don't really have any examples of a noob, but I guess sheep in Minecraft are pretty much noobs, since they are just there and they just eat a bit of grass, and that is basically all they do, and I don't really like that, since they have so much more potential. Like, what if it got really smart all of a sudden, and then it would lecture the other sheep, and then they would have a heap army, and they would all be green, cause, you know, like camouflage, and they are made out of wool, so that is really easy for them to not be something to be seen. I don't know what I just said, but I guess my point is that sheep have a lot of potential to be pros, and basically what pros are is that you are really good at something, and you are like globally ranked in like the top 100 or something. Like, if you were 99, that is already good, but if you were like 16,318, then you should consider renaming yourself to noob number 16,318, because then you can't really say like I am pro number 16. Let me know what your favorite number is down below, by the way, so I can see which numbers are like the most. That is information that I can do a lot with, like naming random numbers would then get easier, I guess. I don't really know about all of that, but I am just putting some interest in all of you, since I love all of you so much. I am really grateful that you guys are not green camouflaged sheep that are trying to kill me with your sheepness, which is just fantastic that you guys are not doing that. It really warms my heart. Like, you guys aren't even aware how happy I am that you guys are not sheep. But yeah, that is it, and now this is this. Like, you see what I am going to do? Well, you can't really see into my mind, but I'm thinking about building a really large ladder all the way to the top, and that would just be amazing to have like a little tower and all of that. I am just going to imagine myself living in my best house, and then instead of building that house, I am just going to make an average house. Like, my dream house would be like made out of sandstone, since I kind of really much like the color of sand, since I am not a sandman, but I think that sand is called sand since it is in between the sea and the land, like the S from sea is the first letter and then the rest is and which spells sand and is then the last three letters of land. I think you all have figured that out already since you all are not noobs, but I think pretty much 999% of you are pros and I don't think we have a lot of noobs in our group. But yeah, back to my house. I was building a nice ladder right here, and this ladder would be in my dream house and I would have like a tower with a wooden roof but a sandstone house, and even the tower would be made out of sandstone. I would have windows in my house since I don't really like Apple. And I think that is pretty much it, or is it? No. I want a television next to my couch. Instead of looking at the television, you can't see the television, because it is next to you and you can only see the side of it. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but then there isn't a television anymore, so you are being forced to talk to the persons you live with. And then I would have a little fireplace against my table, but my table would be next to the couch. But the table can't be made out of wood since then the fireplace would burn my table, and I think that if I burn my table then the table will burn the house down, and then I would not have a sideways television anymore. Also I would have a really large garden which would be on a mountain just like this, but then like a couple of football fields long and wide, and then I would have fences all around and I would place a lot of sheep and I would train one sheep to take care of the other sheep, and then I would have a sheep community and then they would build a village for themselves, and then I would be like the king of the sheep. But they would not be green since green sheep are army sheep and I don't want an army, I just want really friendly sheep. It doesn't really matter which color since I like all colors, but just green is acceptable, but I don't want all of them to be green since then it would look like I have a private militia, and that is not what I am aiming for. I think a lot of you guys know that, right? Yes, not an army of sheep, just a nice little village right there, and I would be really happy with that since that is just kind of all I want, together with a sideways television and a fireplace. Then I would be settled for life. I think that is basically just the American dream, isn't it? Oh, it is not. Alright, then it is just the Sub-Zero dream, and I am Sub-Zero, so that is my dream. That makes a lot of sense. So well, it would have a door in the fence and that could look like a lot of ways. You have the casual gate opener thing, which is kind of really sad looking since I don't want my sheep to be noobs, but I want my sheep to be pros, and then they would be able to go through a really cool gateway that would be made out of a lot of pistons, but then I would not have fences, but I would have in the ground a wood block, and then on top of that I would have 3 leaf blocks, and then it looks kind of alright, but not alright enough because I want it to be double trouble. So you would have a thick fence and then it would be alright, but then you get to the gate, and I think a lot of you are familiar with Jurassic Park, and something like that gate would be there and you can open it with a button and it would perfectly time your steps until you get there, and it would open in a really majestic way. So my sheep will be like, wow, that sub guy that is looking over us really wants us to have a good life, and I would be like, yes. But the sheep can't talk, so they couldn't really say that to me, so that would be irrelevant. But yeah, to make that majestic gate I would have to own a lot of redstone, and with a lot of redstone you can make a lot of cool things if you are really creative, since like redstone is the best resource for doors. I don't think you all understand that sentence, but you are just going to have to live with it and you are going to see what I mean, since this pro door is going to be the most professional door that you have ever seen, which is just something that I think is really amazing, since I can show all of you something that is going to be so cool with just a bit of strange red powder that I found in some mine really deep into the ground, and now I can make a door with it. Like, isn't it strange how life can be sometimes? So like as the stone, pistons really look alike with the stone, so you know how I went on about the sheep that are going to be camouflaged with the green stuff. Well, these pistons would be really perfect with the stone because they are like the same color and all of that, so only a professional would be able to see it. But that is the problem, since there are going to be only professionals entering trough this door, which is kind of a pickle, since then they would be able to see it, but I think they would have a lot of respect for me that I came up with such an amazing idea just like that in 1 minute inside of my head. And then they would be like, wow, you really like Jurassic Park, and I would be like, yes, that is where I got the idea from, but since I am sub I make it a whole lot cooler, and I don't think that you are going to see some really good camouflaged pistons in Jurassic Park. No, that is what I thought, guys. That is something that does not exist in Jurassic Park, but it exists right here in this world, which is mine. But you guys can also make that, and that is just something that is really amazing. But see, the thing is that I can't be sub without making a lot of mess that I am doing right now, and I don't really like that since I want everything to look really clean. But I guess what isn't here, so I'll just have to mess with the mess so the mess isn't going to mess with you. Yes, that is a sentence, alright guys. But what I really mean is that I am making a lot of mess, but it doesn't really matter, since what is the mess going to do to you? That is right, the mess will just not look really clean, and the pros are going to see that. But sometimes you have to not care what people think of you, and that is the first step to be an amazing dude. So sometimes you just have to make a mess with making a door, which is a really valuable lesson in life. At least it is to me, and you see, like every day you learn something new. Today I learned that it is kind of alright to make a mess, and I did that, so now I am going to have to live with the thought that I made a mess and that other people are going to see that. But guess what, I don't care about that. You could think like, oh, sub is such a bad boy. I am not such a bad boy, but that is the thing, you can be that, and you just have to believe. To make a mess with pistons and all of that. But I think I should gather a whole lot more redstone, since I am going to make a lot more of these bad boy doors, and then I want to be stacked with the red stuff so I would never be out and I can live forever with making doors. Maybe I can make that my profession, and I would be kind of a pro in making doors. And then I would be like, hey girl, how are you doing? And then I would go on a date with her, since I am really smooth with the ladies, and she would be like, how do you get all of these clean doors? And I would be like, girl, I have to tell you something, I am a professional door maker. And then we would fall in love, since there is nothing more than a girl wants than a professional door maker that knows how to use his pistons. So that is another life lesson that I just learned in a matter of seconds with just some good thinking, and I think that is something that is really amazing. But well, yeah, not to brag or something, but I really think that I am a really good builder, and not just only with doors and all of that, but just in general. I mean, I am not a general, but I am a professional in building, so I am not only going to stick with doors, but I will expand my business to more things, which is just building in general. And I think that business would kind of be booming, since there are always people that need some good building. And if I am not a noob in my profession, then I would get a lot of clients, and they would come back if they need more building to be done. Then I would make like an advertisement with my face on it, and it would be really cool how it looks, since I would professionally make an advert with my face, and it would say like, you need some good building? Come to sub. My number is 66783540. Wait, no, that is a different number. I don't know what that number is for, but that is a number that I use in my personal life. Well, it doesn't really matter, since if I build well enough, which I do, then I wouldn't even need to advertise my business. Maybe I could send sheep with a spray paint with my name on it, and I would just set them free, which would then be free advertisement, and that would be amazing. So well, I am out here feeling like I just ate a whole lot of spinach, which is really green, but my sheep are not, so I think that the Spanish should just camouflage the inside of my stomach with a green, but I don't know what the inside of my stomach looks like, so that is not a whole lot of fun. I really have no clue what I am saying right here right now, but I guess it makes sense in my head, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense as I am saying this out loud, just like it is nothing, since it is not nothing, but it is green. And you know what else is green? That is right, it is my t-shirt. But that was not the green that I was aiming for. I was aiming for broccoli, and if you eat broccoli with a green t-shirt and you also eat swinish with it, then I think you are kind of a legend, since you are just going to camouflage all of it, since both of those three things are green, and that is just not my sheep. Well guys, I think I learned a whole lot today. I am a professional door builder, but I didn't even stop with just being pro at that, but I am also just a pro builder, and all of those sheep will love me. And I think that is just amazing, just as amazing as all of you that are still watching my videos until this point every day. I just wanted to give a shout out to you all, because I really love you and you are my #1 fans. Also, I really much hope that you are going to have a good day and that all of you will be happy today, even if I just made all of you happy just these 15 minutes that you watched this video. So, guys, this was Sub0xTbyte, and let me know what your favorite number is in case that you forgot. So, don't forget to eat your garlic bread, since I am now advertising garlic bread just casually here, since garlic bread is love and garlic bread is life. So there you go, another thing you have learned from Uncle Sub is that garlic bread is just the way to live. Have a good day to all of you, and I hope that I will see all of you in my next adventure, which is going to be pretty amazing. Sorry for the spoiler that I gave right here. Good day guys.